Yo, what's up my peeps? I'm back for my weekly comic book rant, and if you're new to my channel, this is basically where I talk about the recent pickups from my local comic book shop for new comic book day that I just snagged up, and I go through a little synopsis without getting into major spoilers, and kind of maybe recommend if I thought this book was worth it or not to pick up. But majority of the time, man, I've tried to pick up books that I'm only interested in, so you know what I'm saying, that's just how it is. But I do like to I've been picking up a lot of books lately. As you can see, another great week in comic books, and man, I got a fat stack of indies, and I've been doing I've been doing 3 picks of the week. For indies, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but I will have an indie pick, I will have a Marvel pick, and I will have a DC pick. But let's get into this.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Now, like I said, for the indies, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be really tough because there was 4 really amazing indie titles that came out this week. But first off, I want to start off with shouting out my homies from Mad Cave, Mark London. Dude, you're killing it, brother. You are killing it. And my boy Jay Sadlin. If you haven't checked it out, my boys, Two Brothers Comics, they did an interview not once but twice for this man and the amazing work he's putting out there. And Mad Cave is dropping nothing but fire, man. And another bombshell has come out. The same guy who's putting out Over the Ropes that I have been loving, he just dropped Hellfighter Quinn, issue 1. Now, this was a great book. A lot of the artwork in this, that comes out from Mad Cave, it's really detailed and like a realistic fantasy. Like it's so hard to describe. It almost seems like a video game artwork when I look at it, because it is just so awesome, like badass. Now, the artwork in this is a little different than what I'm used to seeing from the Mad Cave comic books. Wolvenheart, that, obviously not every book of Mad Caves has the same type of artwork. They switch it up, and I like to see the variation, man. And this book was dark, it was bloody, it was gritty, and oh man, this just started out with the Quinn. He's kind of trying to retire in a way and not put on his mask and suit, and somebody stole, one of the kids in the neighborhood stole his uniform to enter the tournament. So what's the Quinn gotta do? He's gotta come out of retirement to help the boy and take his place and save him. So man, there's so much more to this story though. If you're any type of Mortal Kombat fan, Dragon Ball Z fan, it's got a little hint of some Braveheart in there. This is awesome. You guys definitely, I would recommend checking this out. And Mad Cave just sent me a crazy package the other day, so I'm gonna be up on Mad Cave this whole weekend, just binging and going up in the cave and digging into the madness, baby. So dude, I highly recommend checking this out. Like, Mad Cave is just, they're dropping bombshells, man. They're dropping bombshells. Next, Join the Future, issue 1. This almost gave me like a Westworld dystopian future vibe with a western city in the background that's not willing to join the future, as what the title says. But this was amazing. This was really good. I've been highly anticipating this. It sucked that it was a $4.99 cover by we get a nice cardstock cover, and the book material for this is just really, it's high grade, and the artwork is really bright and vibrant, and I'm so sucked in for issue 2. The way this ended, huge cliffhanger, but I am sucked in on this, man, and I am so pumped and excited for this. Zach Kaplan, Peter Kowalski, Brad Simpson, Hassan Outsmane. I'm not even going to try to do that. I'm not going to kill that, but this was amazing. I highly recommend Join the Future. It gave me big Westworld vibes at first, but it is totally its own thing. Next, we got the next big one from Boom Studios, King of Nowhere, written by W. Maxwell Prince. Yes, the man who's doing the highly acclaimed Ice Cream Man. this was trippy. It almost gave me Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas vibes. The man wakes up in the middle of nowhere, and it seems like that's a habit of his. Like, he wakes up all the time in the middle of nowhere, and he doesn't know where he's at. But he ends up coming into this town called Nowhere, and this town isn't your normal town, and it gets trippy, man. It gets trippy. And this book, the artwork is highly distinct. It's not your regular artwork. I mean, I feel like some people might either love it or hate it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was perfect for the book. Tyler Jenkins and Hillary Jenkins on the artworks, it was phenomenal. Phenomenal, and I'm sucked in on it. I can't wait for issue 2. And Boom Studios once again dropping another bombshell, baby. Next we got Ahoy Comics, Billionaire Island. Yes, the writer of Second Coming putting out his new title, and this was awesome. I was highly anticipating this after Second Coming, the first arc ended, and they put this in the previews. And I was highly anticipating this from those previews, but I had no idea it was going to be like this, man. It was so much better than what the previews gave me, and I really enjoyed this. The artwork was really bright and vibrant, and there's just one, the creator of Billionaire Island is just a straight up creep, and I thought that was just a great book. Next we got, this book came out last week, maybe the week before, but I just got it because I switched to the McFarlane covers. But Spawn issue, 305, Hell Hunt Part 4. Look at that, man. That is such an awesome, badass cover. Spawn, man, it's just, it's what it is, and it's been really cool. And that issue was actually really badass. Him and Medieval Spawn going head to head. Dude, you can't go wrong there. You cannot go wrong. Another title that came out a couple weeks ago, Usagi Yojimbo Color Classics. I ordered this, and I was like, let me see how this is before I order issue 2, because that came out last week. But I think I might jump on this for issue 2, because I actually did really enjoy this. I just gotta, man, I'm picking up so much, so I gotta see. But I wasn't really digging that other Usagi title, but this was really cool. And man, there was some straight black and white pictures in the back, like with some writing in it. I think I almost like the black and white stuff better, man. It was absolutely awesome in the back. There were some really cool panels that were just straight black and white. Next we got 2 titles I already picked up last week and talked about them, but I got my variant covers, Death to the Army of Darkness, and then the Valentine's Day Spider-Man homage cover. I thought these were just really cool. So I'm a huge Army of Darkness fan. You know what I'm saying? Where's my boomstick? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude. That was, I had to. Next, we're going to jump into some Marvel. For my pick of the week, we got Strange Academy. Yes, I was not expecting this to be as good as it was. I shouldn't have doubted Scotty Young, man. He's putting out my favorite Image title, Middle West, and dude, I mean, this was just awesome, dude. Like, this was like Harry Potter meets the Marvel universe, and it's totally in its own way different, but I really liked Dormammu's son in this, which is actually him. And we got the Asgardian twins in this. And man, this was just really fun picking up that J. Scott Campbell cover. I highly recommend picking that up, man. If you were on the fence about it, it's totally something different. And we got all these new characters, and it was just a blast. It was such a blast, and I think that was definitely the best Marvel team book that has come out in a while. You know what I'm saying? So next we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man issue 16. Now this, man, I've been enjoying this all the way through. We got Miles Morales kind of babysitting his new baby sister in this, and he comes across some trouble while he's out in public babysitting her, so he ends up strapping her to the damn chest and taking her for the ride, and that was a little too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, Spider-Man, what the hell are you doing, boy? You gonna get your sister killed. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna be on this much longer. I'm liking what's going on for the future with they're talking about some multiverse stuff with Prowler and Miles and Ultimatum, But you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta drop some stuff, and I see that they're doing some outlawed stuff coming for the future for next issue. I'm not sure, man. I'm just not sure. But I have been digging it the whole way through, and it's gonna be hard for me to drop that because I need to have at least one Spider-Man book on my pull. Next, we got Marauders issue 9. This was a good issue, really good. There was, man, Jean Grey was looking good up in this, man. She was looking good. Oh my god. Like, first couple panels, man. We still don't get really anything from Kate. I swear Jabroni said we get some answers with Kate. Unless it was in, I read all the white pages except one. I'm gonna be real, I didn't read one of them. So unless they said something in that, I didn't see nothing with no Kate in this, but we get some stuff with the dragon. But you know, it was still a great issue. Artwork was fantastic. We got the artist back, the same Matteo Lally back on the art, and yeah, man, it was a good issue, you know. Next we got Daredevil 19. I heard there was some hype going on for this, but y'all know I haven't been reading this, but I've been picking it up, so I can't speak on what I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool looking cover with the bullseye mark on Matt's back. We got the Avengers True Believers issue 1, Empire Mantis issue True Believers number 1. I don't know. I don't think it's a number 1 though. But we got the Dollar Comics JLA Year 1. And we got probably my favorite of them all. We got the Dollar Comics Swamp Thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with no Swamp Thing. You can't go wrong. You just can't. Next we're getting into the DC, and my pick of the week most definitely is Batman 90. DC, they're doing their thing with this Batman. They're putting a lot of hype behind this, man, with the punchline stuff. That's not what I'm really, you know, that stuff is cool, but I'm not going nuts like everyone else. You know, we get a lot of we get mainly designer stuff in this issue, which was actually really cool to figure more about designer. Everyone's talking about punchline, but man, designer is a cool character. Designer is really cool. I like from the get-go, I thought his outfit, you know, was badass. You know, he got them 2 swords behind him and shit. He's looking dope, man, in my opinion. Punchline still looks cool and shit, but designer, man, he's looking dope, man. And I'm intrigued to this character. Very intrigued. We're not getting much from Punchline, so it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's Joker's new girlfriend, that's all. The only thing we got from Joker is that she's the funniest girl ever. So really, we got nothing on Punchline. Everyone's going nuts for her, but we're getting some stuff from designer, you know, a lot more than Punchline. So this was really cool, and I thought that issue was really awesome. We get some flashbacks. As it says, Catwoman's secret will tear them apart. But we get some flashbacks on where this all started, where this plan began. And, dude, there's some really cool panels in this. Really cool. And I didn't plan on it. I didn't know I was going to get this because my shop didn't think he could order it. But my guy threw this in the stack for me, and I'm a big Riddler fan. I love Jim Carrey's Riddler back in the day. Man, I'm just happy to get this Matina. Super badass. Anytime I can get a Matina, I usually like to, and with the new job, I'm able to splurge on a cover or 2 here and there, so I was happy to get that. Because Batman's one of my favorite characters, especially DC. DC, he is hands down my favorite character. Next, we got Daphne Byrne. What is it? Issue 3. This gave me big Rosemary's Babies vibes. Rosemary's Baby. This gave me huge Rosemary's Baby vibes. Maybe a little, no, not really Exorcist. You know, maybe in some type of way. Not really though. It get 100% Rosemary's Babies vibe. Anybody a fan of that? This story is starting to really heat up, and we're starting to get into what the hell is going on with, Daphne's mother, and what this spiritual medium that's, you know, we thought she was kind of a bogus, but it looks like there's a lot more going on with her than what we've been seeing. And then Daphne has her weird, creepy ass spirit that's attached to her, that's always, you know, talking to her, and we still haven't gotten much on who he is or what the hell is going on with him. One thing we do know is that he wasn't born of flesh, which was pretty cool, and he's straight up creepy as hell. But Daphne Byrne's starting to heat up, and I've been enjoying this. You know, it's better than Lola Woods, but you know, it's still no basket full of heads. It's not as good as Dollhouse Family, but after this issue, and I'm getting those Rosemary's Baby vibes, I'm really getting interested in this. I really am, because that is a great movie. I hope it, it doesn't just steal from that big time. I hope it's in its own way. So yeah, man, y'all already know I'm all in for the Hill House books. Last but not least, we got The Flash 750. Got that Jim Lee. What is it? Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair variant. There wasn't that many crazy variants that I liked for this, but you can't go wrong with Jim Lee, and I've been loving what Joshua Williamson's doing with Captain Cold, so I thought this was a really cool cover. This issue was okay, man. It was not worth the $8 in my opinion. If you are reading Flash Forward though, I highly recommend that you pick this up if you want to know what's going on with Wally, because we get in the back of this, it's not just 1 or 2 pages. We get a whole little story of Wally, and man, I don't know if I can say it really. I'm not gonna, just because I don't know. I'm not reading Flash Forward, so I don't know if this has happened yet in the Flash Forward series, but there's some big things going on with Wally, and if you are a big Wally West fan, I think this is something you are going to want to check out. And it seems like it's leading into the Generation Zero story, and then we get the Joshua Williamson stuff that's leading into the issue 751 that he's just been writing about Paradox and all that. There was 2 stories, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read them all, because 2 of them I just didn't care about. I flipped through them and I skimmed through a little bit of it. One of the artworks was really trippy, and it kind of reminded me of the Martian Manhunter maxi series artwork. It might even been the same artist, like I almost guarantee it was. There was a Jeff Johns beer run story with Captain Cold that I really enjoyed. The Paradox stuff is interesting. The Paradox character seems really cool, but this issue, the issue with Joshua Williamson writing, was kind of talking about how people of Central City see the Flash as a hero, but they don't know the man, Barry Allen. It was an interesting take, but honestly, man, it was one of the weaker Joshua Williamson issues. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what 750 is all about, but I gotta figure out some things to drop, and if Flash continues at this pace, I might be dropping it soon, and that's sad to say because I have been loving Flash. But if you're a Wally West guy, I think this is something you're gonna want to check out. And yeah, man, that's all I got for this week. I missed on a couple titles. I know Mercy came out, and Perry was loving that. What else was there? There might have been one other thing. I can't think of it though. Mercy though. Oh, and there's that Sumerian book that was like a really almost like mature rated Conan Baylet book, which I might try to pick that up on Midtown. And I'm gonna try to pick up like another variant, A Strange Academy, because I really enjoyed that. But hey guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys picked up and what you guys thought of this week's books, because it was a pretty big week. A lot of great indie books coming out, a lot of great books, and I'm always interested to know what you guys are thinking. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, hitting that subscribe, hitting that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.